14-time world champion, youngest WWE champion ever, third-generation superstar. Born into wrestling royalty, Randy Orton seemed destined for greatness. His grandfather, Bob Orton Sr., and father, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., were both WWE Hall of Famers. The path to the ring was clear, but young Randy's journey took an unexpected turn. Behind Randy's achievements lies a tale of personal struggles that nearly derailed his career before it began. Early life. As a teenager, Randy's rebellious streak emerged. He enlisted in the Marines, seeking discipline and direction. However, his time in service ended abruptly with a bad conduct discharge. Family issues and personal demons plagued the young Randy, threatening to derail his future in professional wrestling. Despite this rocky start, Randy's wrestling destiny was far from over. The third-generation superstar would soon find his way back to the squared circle, setting the stage for an extraordinary career. With his troubles behind him, Randy stepped into the WWE ring, ready to prove himself. Little did anyone know, this fresh-faced rookie was about to undergo a transformation that would redefine villainy in professional wrestling. On April 25th, 2002, Randy made his WWE debut against Hardcore Holly. The match showcased early flashes of talent, hinting at the potential within the third-generation superstar. Randy's initial run was brief, as he was quickly drafted to the Raw brand in September 2002. There, he defeated Stevie Richards in his debut match, marking the beginning of what would become a legendary career. However, Randy's path to stardom wasn't without its obstacles. A shoulder injury sidelined him shortly after his debut, forcing him to take time off. But this setback would prove to be a blessing in disguise. During his recovery, Randy underwent a significant character transformation. He emerged with a new, narcissistic persona that would set the stage for his future success. Randy's return to WWE television came with a game-changing opportunity. He was invited to join Evolution, a faction led by Triple H and featuring the legendary Ric Flair, along with fellow up-and-comer Batista. This alliance would prove instrumental in elevating Randy's status within WWE, providing him with invaluable mentorship and exposure. As part of Evolution, Randy began to develop his infamous Legend Killer persona. This character was designed to disrespect and defeat legendary wrestlers, a gimmick that would catapult Randy into the spotlight. The Legend Killer wasn't just a nickname, it was a mission statement that Randy embodied with ruthless efficiency. One of the defining moments of Randy's Legend Killer era came during his feud with Shawn Michaels. At Unforgiven, Randy defeated the Heartbreak Kid with an assist from Ric Flair, solidifying his status as a force to be reckoned with. This victory over a bona fide WWE legend added credibility to Randy's claims and struck fear into the hearts of veterans across the locker room. Randy's rise to prominence was further cemented by his adoption of the RKO as his finishing move. The move, which could be executed suddenly and from various positions, became iconic. Fans would wait with bated breath for Randy to hit the RKO, often chanting RKO out of nowhere when he successfully executed it. December 2003 marked another milestone in Randy's career. At Armageddon, he defeated Rob Van Dam to capture the Intercontinental Championship. This victory kick-started a reign that would last 210 days, the longest in 7 years. Randy's time as Intercontinental Champion further established him as one of WWE's top rising stars. However, it was a brutal hardcore match against Mick Foley at Backlash 2004 that truly announced Randy's arrival as a top-tier talent. The match showcased Randy's toughness and ability to perform in high-stakes situations. It was a turning point that proved he could hang with the most hardcore legends in the business. Randy's meteoric rise culminated in a historic achievement at SummerSlam 2004. At just 24 years old, he defeated Chris Benoit to become the youngest World Heavyweight Champion in WWE history. This victory was a crowning moment for the Legend Killer, proving that he wasn't just talk, he could back up his boasts with championship gold. But Randy's triumph would be short-lived. His championship victory led to his expulsion from Evolution, as his stablemates turned on him out of jealousy. This betrayal set the stage for a bitter feud with his former mentor, Triple H. After losing the title to Triple H at Unforgiven, Randy's character began to shift. He sought revenge against Evolution, marking his transition from heel to face. Personal demons and professional setbacks. While Randy battled his former teammates in the ring, a more insidious opponent lurked behind the scenes. Despite his undeniable talent, the young superstar quickly gained a reputation for being difficult to work with. His backstage attitude often clashed with the expectations of WWE management. This behavior threatened to derail his promising career before it truly took off. As Randy's star continued to rise, so did the pressure. The demands of being a top WWE superstar began to take their toll, both physically and mentally. In 2008, during a last man standing match against his former mentor Triple H at One Night Stand, Randy suffered a broken collarbone. This injury sidelined him for months, forcing him to watch from the sidelines as other superstars seized opportunities in his absence. The physical toll of professional wrestling became increasingly apparent to Randy. Years of high-impact moves and grueling match schedules had left their mark. He began to experience chronic pain, particularly in his back. In 2010, Randy faced another major setback. He was suspended for 60 days for violating WWE's Talent Wellness Program. Randy himself attributed this suspension to his unprofessional conduct. This incident served as a wake-up call, forcing him to confront the consequences of his actions and the potential impact on his career. The suspension period gave Randy time to reflect on his choices and the direction of his life. He realized that his behavior was not only affecting his professional opportunities, but also his personal relationships. The time away from the ring allowed him to reassess his priorities and make necessary changes to ensure his longevity in the wrestling business. As Randy returned to WWE television, he brought with him a renewed focus and determination. However, the physical toll of his high-impact style continued to accumulate. He found himself battling increasingly severe back problems, which would eventually lead to the need for spinal fusion surgery. The pain Randy experienced was debilitating. He described the extent of his suffering, saying, "I couldn't sit and take an expletive without pain, shooting down my legs or my feet going numb." Facing the possibility of retirement due to his injuries, Randy found himself at an emotional crossroads. The prospect of leaving behind the only career he had ever known was overwhelming. He shared his feelings, stating, "I was in tears. I was so sad that it was being taken away from me." The series of setbacks forced Randy to reevaluate his approach to wrestling and his career as a whole. He began to focus more on longevity and enjoyment in the ring, rather than pushing his body to the absolute limit in every match. This shift in mindset would prove crucial in extending his career and maintaining his status as a top WWE superstar. Randy's character evolution. As Randy emerged from his personal struggles, he found himself in a rapidly changing WWE landscape. The company was shifting towards a more family-friendly product, and many wrestlers struggled to find their footing. Randy, however, saw an opportunity to reinvent himself and stay at the top of the card. The evolution of Randy's character began with the development of his Viper persona. This new incarnation built upon his existing legend killer gimmick, but with a darker, more sinister edge. Randy's on-screen demeanor became colder and more calculating, earning him the nickname the Apex Predator. His movements in the ring became more deliberate, mimicking the stalking nature of a snake preparing to strike. One of the defining moments in Randy's character evolution came during his feud with Rey Mysterio in 2006. In a controversial storyline, Randy made distasteful remarks about the late Eddie Guerrero, Mysterio's close friend. While the angle received significant backlash from fans, it ultimately served its purpose in generating intense heat for Randy as a villain. This marked a turning point in his career, as he fully embraced his role as one of WWE's top heels. Randy's comfort in playing the antagonist was evident in his performances. He once stated, "It's easy for me to go out there and be a prick on the show because it's me times 10." As Randy's character evolved, so did his in-ring style. The adoption of the RKO as his finishing move became a defining aspect of his persona. The RKO, a jumping cutter that can be executed seemingly out of nowhere, quickly became one of the most popular moves in professional wrestling. Its sudden and impactful nature perfectly complemented Randy's Viper character, reinforcing the idea that he could strike at any moment. The RKO's popularity transcended the wrestling world, becoming a cultural phenomenon in its own right. Fans began creating memes and videos showcasing the move in various unexpected situations, often with the caption, "RKO out of nowhere." One of the most memorable RKO moments came at WrestleMania 31, when Randy countered Seth Rollins' curb stomp into an RKO. The crowd erupted as Randy seemed to defy gravity, turning a potentially devastating move into his own finishing maneuver. This moment is often cited as one of the best RKOs in history and showcased Randy's ability to create unforgettable moments in high-pressure situations. Throughout his career, Randy has been involved in numerous high-profile feuds that have showcased his evolving character. His rivalries with John Cena, Triple H, and The Undertaker have produced some of WWE's most memorable matches and storylines. Each feud allowed Randy to add new layers to his persona, whether it was through acts of extreme violence, psychological manipulation, or displays of cunning strategy. Randy's personal life. Randy's rise to the top of WWE came with a hefty personal cost. While fans cheered his in-ring exploits, Randy's life outside the squared circle was far from picture perfect. On September 21, 2007, Randy married Samantha Spino, marking what seemed to be a new chapter in his life. The couple welcomed their daughter, Alana Marie Randy, on July 12, 2008, adding a new dimension to Randy's world. However, the demands of life as a WWE superstar began to take their toll on Randy's marriage. The constant travel, grueling schedule, and intense physical toll of professional wrestling created a strain that would ultimately prove too much for the relationship to bear. Despite the joy of fatherhood, Randy found himself struggling to balance his career with his family life. The pressure finally reached a breaking point in 2013 when Randy and Samantha divorced. The end of his first marriage was a significant blow to Randy, forcing him to confront the realities of his chosen profession and its impact on his personal relationships. This period of upheaval coincided with some of Randy's most memorable on-screen moments, highlighting the stark contrast between his professional success and personal struggles. In the aftermath of his divorce, Randy found himself at a crossroads. The experience forced him to reevaluate his priorities and consider the long-term consequences of his lifestyle. It was during this period of reflection that Randy began to show signs of maturation, both as a performer and as a person. As Randy worked to rebuild his personal life, he found an unexpected source of support in Kimberly Kessler, a former member of his fan club. Their relationship blossomed, leading to their marriage on November 14, 2015. This union brought new challenges and joys to Randy's life. He became a stepfather to Kessler's 3 sons from a previous marriage, expanding his role as a parent and broadening his perspective on family life. The couple welcomed a daughter together, further cementing Randy's commitment to his new family. This blended family dynamic presented Randy with opportunities for growth and self-reflection that he hadn't experienced before. The responsibilities of being a husband, father, and stepfather began to shape Randy's outlook on life and his career. The experience of fatherhood and his second marriage has had a profound effect on Randy's approach to wrestling. He has become more conscious of his health and longevity in the sport, recognizing the importance of being present for his family. Randy explained, "Longevity is my #1 priority, and having fun and enjoying every moment that I'm doing it." Controversies and allegations. In August 2018, WWE launched an internal investigation into Randy's conduct, casting a dark shadow over his carefully crafted image of a changed man. The controversy centered around allegations of sexual harassment dating back to Randy's early years in WWE. Reports surfaced claiming that Randy had exposed himself to new members of the writing staff, a behavior that, if true, would be both unprofessional and deeply troubling. These accusations forced WWE to take action, initiating a probe into the Apex Predator's past conduct. As news of the investigation broke, fans and industry insiders were left stunned. Randy, who had been working hard to rebuild his reputation and establish himself as a locker room leader, now found himself at the center of a potentially career-ending scandal. The allegations threatened to undo years of personal growth and professional development. WWE's investigation into the matter was thorough but discreet. The company needed to balance the seriousness of the accusations with the need to protect both the alleged victims and Randy himself until the facts could be established. During this period, Randy's future in WWE hung in the balance, with many speculating about potential consequences ranging from suspension to outright termination. The wrestling world held its breath as the investigation unfolded. Ultimately, the investigation concluded without any charges being filed against Randy. WWE stated that the claims had been addressed internally, but the lack of public details left many questions unanswered. While Randy had avoided legal consequences, the court of public opinion was less forgiving. The impact of these allegations on Randy's public image was significant. Even without formal charges, the mere existence of the investigation tarnished his reputation. Fans who had admired Randy's in-ring skills and character work now found themselves questioning the man behind the persona. Social media buzzed with debates about separating the art from the artist, and whether past indiscretions should be forgiven in light of apparent personal growth. For Randy, the aftermath of the investigation presented a new challenge. He needed to regain the trust of his colleagues, fans, and WWE management. This period saw Randy adopt a more subdued public presence, focusing on his in-ring work and family life rather than courting controversy or seeking the spotlight outside of his performances. The allegations also brought renewed attention to other incidents from Randy's past. His 2007 suspension for unprofessional conduct, which he later attributed to smoking marijuana backstage, was revisited in light of the new accusations. Similarly, the 2012 backlash over his casting in The Marine 2, stemming from his bad conduct discharge from the Marines, resurfaced as part of the broader conversation about Randy's character. Gradually, as time passed, and no further allegations surfaced, the controversy began to fade from the forefront of fans' minds. Randy's consistent performances and lack of additional incidents helped to slowly rebuild trust with his audience. While the allegations would never be completely forgotten, they became part of a complex legacy rather than a defining moment. As the dust settled on past controversies, Randy faced a new challenge: reinventing himself in a rapidly evolving WWE landscape. As he entered the latter stages of his career, Randy found himself in a unique position. The same man who once caused headaches for management was now becoming a stabilizing force in the locker room. Randy's transformation didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual process, born out of self-reflection and a genuine desire to improve. His experiences, both positive and negative, had given him a wealth of knowledge about the wrestling business. Now, he was ready to pass that knowledge on to the next generation of WWE superstars. In recent years, Randy has taken on a mentorship role behind the scenes. He's been instrumental in helping younger talent navigate the complexities of WWE and providing guidance in the locker room. This shift in his backstage demeanor has not gone unnoticed. Many of his colleagues have praised Randy's willingness to share his insights and offer constructive feedback. Randy's evolution as a performer has also been evident in his on-screen work. His ability to adapt to changing storylines and partnerships has showcased his versatility as a wrestler. One of the most notable examples of this was his tag team with Matt Riddle, known as RK Bro. This unlikely pairing demonstrated Randy's ability to work with a variety of personalities and styles, breathing new life into his character. The success of RK-Bro was not just a testament to Randy's in-ring abilities, but also to his willingness to embrace new challenges. The duo captured the Raw Tag Team Championships, marking a significant achievement for both Randy and Riddle. This partnership allowed Randy to showcase a different side of his personality, blending his intense, calculated approach with Riddle's more laid-back demeanor. However, it was during this time in 2022 that he suffered the severe back injury that required spinal fusion surgery. Upon his return, Randy expressed gratitude for his second chance in wrestling. He stated, "Not that I was an angel back then by any means, but I think people will relate and understand where I was coming from and why I did what I did a little more than they do now." Randy's return to WWE television has been marked by a renewed focus and appreciation for his craft. His matches and promos carry the weight of his experience, demonstrating a level of nuance and storytelling that only comes with years of honing one's skills. The Apex Predator has shown that he can still go toe-to-toe with WWE's top talent, proving that his in-ring prowess remains as sharp as ever. Legacy. Randy's journey from troubled rookie to respected veteran has been a testament to his resilience and adaptability. But as he cements his place among wrestling's elite, a puzzling contradiction emerges. How can a man once known for his volatility now be revered as a locker room leader and mentor? The answer lies in the legacy of the Apex Predator, a legacy that spans 2 decades and 14 World Championship reigns. Randy's impact on professional wrestling is undeniable. With 10 WWE Championships and 4 World Heavyweight Championships to his name, he stands shoulder to shoulder with the greatest performers in the industry's history. His accolades place him in rarefied air, tying him for the 3rd most world title reigns in WWE history. These achievements alone would be enough to secure his place in the annals of wrestling lore. But Randy's influence extends far beyond mere statistics. And that's because he is built for this world. "I enjoy this life," he said. "I enjoy wrestling in front of that live crowd, getting that immediate fix of adrenaline from that reaction, and that you can almost be a puppeteer and create these moments and almost listen to the crowd and let them take you on a ride and end up somewhere you didn't know you were going to go." Perhaps no rivalry in modern WWE history has been as defining as the one between Randy and John Cena. Their encounters have spanned nearly 2 decades, captivating audiences with their intense in-ring battles and compelling storylines. The longevity and significance of this feud have drawn comparisons to legendary sports rivalries, underscoring its impact on the wrestling landscape. Interestingly, despite their numerous encounters, Randy and Cena have never faced each other at WrestleMania, adding an intriguing "what if" to their storied history. Randy's legacy is not confined to his in-ring achievements. His finishing move, the RKO, has transcended the boundaries of professional wrestling to become a cultural phenomenon. The move's sudden and impactful nature has spawned countless memes and references in popular culture, extending Randy's influence far beyond the squared circle. The phrase RKO out of nowhere has become part of the lexicon for fans and non-fans alike, a testament to Randy's ability to capture the imagination of the wider public. Throughout his career, Randy has demonstrated a remarkable ability to remain relevant in an ever-changing industry. As wrestling styles have evolved and new stars have emerged, the Viper has consistently adapted his approach to stay at the forefront of WWE programming. His longevity is not just a product of his physical gifts, but also his keen understanding of character work and storytelling within the wrestling medium. Randy's journey has not been without its challenges. Injuries have threatened to derail his career at various points, with a recent back injury and subsequent surgery forcing him to step away from the ring for an extended period. However, Randy's resilience has shown through once again. His return to action following this setback has been marked by a renewed appreciation for his craft and a determination to make the most of his remaining years in the ring. The evolution of Randy from brash, young talent to respected veteran mirrors the growth of many long-term WWE fans. Those who cheered or booed the legend killer in their youth now find themselves admiring the seasoned professional who continues to deliver compelling performances night after night. This connection with multiple generations of fans further cements Randy's place as one of the most enduring figures in modern wrestling. As Randy's in-ring career enters its later stages, his influence on the next generation of WWE superstars becomes increasingly apparent. His willingness to share his knowledge and experience with younger talent has earned him respect from peers and newcomers alike. The Randy of today is a far cry from the volatile young star who often found himself at odds with management and colleagues.